Of course, I play a song and then they all ready up. It's Sug's Law. This is ITG, www.radioitg.com. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight! This is it for Europe, and this is it for North America. These two teams will go head-to-head now. Sync up your ET TV. In comes the mortar from Whitefire, downing Mystic, the most famous ET dueler of all time. Saint and Knight coming in with that rifle nade and MP40 combo, and that is Stiegel that has hit the deck, and his Mimic back up as well. Silver with the Thompson, Alea with the rifle nade, combining for the North Americans. They'll power on through. Just in front of that main entrance is Alea, rifle nade loaded. Self-kills coming in by the Europeans. They will have their spawn. Expect another mortar in any second now, or not. It did not come in. The Europeans have set themselves up. Just a reminder of the rosters that were announced just 2 hours ago. Saint, Knight, Senshi, Mystic, Ferris, and Jack facing up against Silver, Whitefire, Alea, Fusion, and No Thanks and Stiegel. And so far, so good for the Europeans. Fire effect down on the main. Ferris and Mystic will connect. Double MP40 frags are going. Senji from Germany will get his own frag in there now. Whitefire prones down. Fusion as well gets the frag. Self-kills coming in. Europe's will spawn right now. They get the give. One out for 30 seconds here, and in they will go. There are 4 Europeans trying to claw back that old command post route. They're coming from the side entrance. It's Fusion. It's Whitefire. Double medics. They're going to try and clear out that tank. It's going to be Stiegel to get the team kill revive in there, and as they hold off, the two of them will just lie in wait at the side, causing a mess. They revive the engineer. It's Stiegel that's in that front entrance. He's got the pliers to the tank. Silver making his way in there. The Americans get it. The Americans are pushed through. It only took the 90 seconds, and they've got this tank. Let's give you an ETTV sync up right now. 18 minutes and 26. 25, 24, 23, they have this tank. It's moving down the slope. The Europeans are desperately trying to get that first tank barrier up. It's not going to happen. They have 3 North Americans on the bridge. Alea 1, Alea 2, powering down Ferris and Jack. It's Fusion though will hit the deck. Senji desperately tried to go there, saving his life, but it's not going to happen. Mystic and Senji will both get picked off. There's Saint with the K-43 covert ops going down. He was there to see if the Americans will get that command post up. As soon as the North Americans get that command post up, they will be able to spawn forward as soon as the bank is blown. 3 Europeans pummeling out from this front entrance. Senji is there. 17 minutes and 49 on the clock. 2 fire effects down on the bridge. That tank is still rocking and rolling. Command post up as well. The tank is going to blow down that front door. It'll huff, it'll puff, and it'll blow down that front door any moment now. Saint has been cut down. Knight making his way forward. European spawn is going to be any second now. There is Alea self-killing. The bank doors are open. The Americans could push forward here. There is no one left up for the Europeans. If they go, they could get this. Silver cut down by Senji. Ferris now joining Senji at this side entrance, backed up by Knight. Now the Europeans are in position. Saint at the second axis spawn exit. 2 dropping down. Dynamite down on the truck slope. The Americans were very impressed with the way this is going so far. After just 2.5 minutes, they are right on cue, right on schedule. Fusion will go down just in front of spawn on his own. Lying in wait for him is the effervescent, ever-present Mystic of Finland, of Gunslingers once, of Parodia next, and the very reason that Finland have been so dominant in ET's past is for just that man as well. It will be Mystic to toss the grenades forward, appearing in his second Atlantic battle. Silver will prone down, Mystic will connect, Jack as well, Mystic again, Ferris coming in with his own MP40 frags. That's Knight and Saint, and Europe have just racked themselves up. 4 quick frags there. Nicely done. Stiegel will finally get one back. It's Saint that's hit the deck this time. And Stiegel, where is he? Has he pushed through spawn? I can't look down on him. I think he's in the second spawn exit right there. And the Americans have already got themselves a hole in this European defense. It's Saint just pushing into that second spawn exit, clearing out Stiegel. That hole just replenished right now. No Thanks is going to come down, get the frag on Senji, who pushed forward and was caught unguarding. There's no medic to pick him up with 16 minutes and 10 on the clock. No Thanks denied there at the old tank position. Now behind the boxes, there is Alea, rifle nade in hand. He'll push forward. He won't get the frag. Ferris whips out the Luger and pistol whips him down. Self-kills come forward as well, and here will come the American respawning any minute now. Of course, they now respawn in the front, in just off that first truck slope, tank slope, and as they push down, there will be Whitefire on the bridge. Europe now clawing back a few minutes. 15 minutes and 43 on the clock. Expect a time between 6 and 10 minutes here. That would be the norm. 6 would be a very good time. 10 be right on average. It will be defendable. Rifle nade pinged across to the old MG42 nest position. Grenades tossed forward. 15.5 minutes to go. Stiegel will push on through. Support fire down in front of the bridge. Stiegel cut down left, right, and center. No thanks, get the revive. It's Senji that connected there, but Silver has avenged him with the support fire. Stiegel will make his way forward in front of the mech. No thanks pushing forward as well. Stiegel backing them up. The two Americans now in the bush. Stiegel picked off. No thanks, not going to get the revive. The Gib is in, and no thanks denied. Saint from Finland. Double frag going in. Jack will do their business as well. They're cutting off their support. No thanks, desperately awaiting a revive. Aliyah cut out this time, and now the Americans will just hold off on the bridge. Stiegel needing reinforcements. They put the fire perfect down on the second spawn exit. They have Silver. The Americans are operating with 2 field ops, 3 medics, and 1 engineer. The engineer offering the rifle nades just to clear out any positions. The Europeans are operating with 4 medics, and 2 field ops. No engineers. That means no landmines stopping these Europeans. Mystic is lying in wait because they're about to come through unless Knight can stop them. Saint and Knight pushing in the back to stop the Americans coming through spawn. They've done the damage, and there's the self-kill. The Americans know they can't go through spawn. You shall not pass, as the Europeans are just lying in wait. Saint and Mystic, the double finish, the double parody, Eurocup silver medalists, have been forced to back away. They realize that the Americans aren't going to come here. Whitefire pushing forward, going to try and connect with Saint. He does so. Looking at the pings, the Americans averaging about 80, 2 or 3 of them on 50. The Europeans all around 140, but it doesn't matter. This is the key thing about ET. It has such a beautiful netcode that these two teams can go head-to-head, even with this connection, and still do the business. Silver pushing through spawn is going to challenge down Mystic. Mystic is going to get the better of him this time. 1-2, Mystic, beautiful job. Mortar raining in, though, from Stiegel, doing the damage to the Europeans. Mystic now pulled out of position to get that revive. Knight and Mystic will just hold that second spawn exit. No thanks will drop down underneath the bridge. Is about to push forward, holding off. He will challenge down Senji. He will go for the revive on Stiegel, and the two of them will come through. Jack gets down. There's the grenade, though. Gonna get no thanks. Gonna get blown away by Saint's grenade. That's no medic to mag Stiegel up now. He's put the support fire down and is holding off in the bush. He knows that Knight is gonna come for him any second now. He's gonna push around. Knight is gonna just miss that one shot. This is it for the Americans. They finally got someone in the back. Knight pushing forward. Knight powered down by Stiegel, but the revive is going to come in from Senji after he got the equalizer in, and now the North Americans must capitalize. The Europeans have pushed all the way back to the bank. Rifle nade powered through by Lear, connecting with Knight. There is Saint, gonna try and make it back to the boxes. He'll get there. Saint's grenade will blow away Fusion, sending him sky high, and now those Europeans will just clear out. Mystic coming in when needed with the double MP40 barrage, and now it is Silver pushing forward, making his way towards that second exit. Saint will get the better of him, teamed up by Ferris, and now the Americans will come back down, and Europe have certainly got their grips all over this match right now. At 12 minutes and 38 seconds to go, we're way over that 6-minute mark. We're more like 8 now, and let's give you another ETTV sync up. 12 minutes and 12 minutes and 28, 27, 26, and 25. You're inside the game with TosspoT, powered by Speakeasy.net and GameCloud. As we hold off here, the Americans are going to send 2 down the truck slope. What would you do if you were an American right now? They're not getting through their current way. They're always going for a split. Perhaps now is the time to go for a more unorthodox approach. A Panzer down the slope, hop, skipping, jumping, connecting with those across at the MG nest. Saint triple grenade! Aliyah, Silver, and Whitefire just blown away, and the Finnish superstar cuts down. Panzerfaust equalize up with Knight. It's Stiegel gets the one man, but Saint ringing this match alight as he powers down 3. Fire for effect on the bridge. I would say the Americans would be best going 6 down the slope. Go for the hop, skip, and jump. Use the momentum to pull you away from the fire, then push through spawn. Use Stiegel to cut down just to keep those across. Here he goes now with that Panzerfaust. He holds off. He gets cut down. Left, right, and center. There is Saint coming through. Nice crossfire going in there. Aliyah can't get a revive. The medics held off, and he got gibbed. Self-kills coming forward. The Americans, that's a Panzerfaust from Knight. Chew on that, no thanks, and he is out. And with 11 minutes and 21 on the clock, there's the Panzerfaust from Stiegel. Right now, they're only exchanging one man. We haven't seen a 2-man Panzerfaust from either side just yet, and you wonder whether that is doing any benefit. You know, Europe won't mind. They're gonna be in a fantastic position going into their allied side, but the Americans right now cannot get anything with that Panzer. I wonder if they have swapped Stiegel out now. He has switched to a field up. There is Silver making his way down to spawn, grenade in hand. Mystic will back away. He's too clever for that one, and now no thanks will lead the charge in. The Canadian holding up, cut down. Silver comes in, and they're both out. Mystic will collect both frags, but of course he was backed up by Saint, the 2 Finnish players in this team doing the damage. There is Fusion just trying to hold off and could not do so as he pushed the old tank route. There is Jack, just annihilated by Whitefire's Thompson as he struck down from the balcony, and now the Europeans will push forward. All three of them go forward. There is going to be a self-kill, and the Europeans will get back into position after this. Allied side putting a double support fire all the way forward. Stiegel will just get picked up by Fusion, and now the three of them will make their way down, backed up by No Thanks and Whitefire, making their way down. Senji 1, Senji 2, and the German getting the vengeance in here. The Axis side just holding off. Mystic getting in the action as well, downing Aaliyah. The Americans can't push in any one direction at all because the Americans can't push in any one direction because the Europeans are cutting down their attack. These 6 players are going in one direction, and suddenly the Americans can get nowhere. Because they had 2 through spawn, but suddenly the Europeans spawn right on top of them. As soon as they'll send 4 over the bridge, that 4 will be cut down left, right, and center. They'll be too busy with revives to actually go for an attack. This crossfire that the Europeans are operating is just stunning, and the Americans have no answer to it. Raffinade from Aaliyah does not connect there. Stiegel has switched back to Panzerfaust, and as soon as he does so, it's Mystic that just erupts in his face. Jack will go for the Gib, and now Aaliyah will just hold off under the bridge. Just gets annihilated under the bridge. In fact, Silver will drop down. Support fire over towards the old MG position in front of that bank. The Europeans can get, are just not being pressurized here. Fire for effect down on that bridge. The Americans have nothing. Stiegel, double Panzerfaust. Hole is there. It's Senji and Knight that are both out. Jack has to come across, but now if they push the slope, they will get this one. They have 2 on the slope, 3 on the slope. The Americans must pressurize here. The Europeans are out of position, albeit briefly. Saint trying to come across and give some support. Jack is going to make the push forward. Double grenade! Self-kill going in, and the Slovenian will be back right now in action, and now Whitefire will be picked up by No Thanks, and now we'll go for this rifle nade down at the old MG nest. It will be Aaliyah to get picked up by No Thanks, and the 2 of them will push on through. While the Europeans were not in 100% defensive position, they will try to get through, but the Europeans will equalize it back up. No Thanks finally getting Jack out for the count after his respawn. There they go. They got the Americans have 3 around the back of the bank. They have to make this count. The Whitefire and No Thanks. No Thanks are going to come up with a revive on Whitefire after Ferris powered him down. Forward, there we go. Jack, nice reviving by Whitefire. The 2 players just operating as a great unit. Ferris down. Finally, they get them both out. No Thanks and Whitefire both down to the ACPs, picking up the MP40s on the floor. Revive going in. They have to push this now. The Americans in the bank lying in wait for them is nothing. They can get this gold with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go. They have to do it now because it's now or never. Where is the support waiting on that spawn? Panzerfaust from Stiegel. He's just prone down, holding off. It is Saint that's going to come forward. Allies have that gold. There is no one coming from behind the bank. There's the one man. Panzerfaust in. Thompson going to push forward. Support fire in front of the bank though. Where is the gold? It is in No Thanks capable hand. Captain Supremo is just waiting underneath the MG nest, holding back, pushing into spawn. They know they have to push this gold all the way to that truck. We've seen Knight double grenade, Fusion and Silver both out. They're going to push for this gold right now as Whitefire is going to try and clear his way. No Thanks just holding off. Still nothing coming up the rear for No Thanks as he holds off in front of... Oh, there it is. Secure. Jack comes forward with the MP40, and that is it. The Europeans fighting fire with fire, and for the first time there was a hole in that defense. They couldn't capitalize. They really should. Oh, Saint, look at this. Saint is holding off with the support fire on that bridge. It's going to be No Thanks to push forward. No Thanks spies it. He can't get it. Fusion spies it. He can't get away in time, and Saint unable to do the job there. Saint is just on top of that bridge now, just striking down Stiegel in the back. And Stiegel is the important one here, and he got a good Panzerfaust hit. Had they got a good spawn camp on when they had the gold, the Axis team would not be able to get back in position. Ferris and Jack, double MP40 coming through. No Thanks and Stiegel both down. Self-kills coming in. European side are going to come back into position any second now. Right now, the weak point is over at the MG nest. Only Senji is in position, but here come the reinforcements. Ferris trying to push through, but there's Aaliyah going through the spawn. Gets the frag on Mystic. Does not go for a give at all. Mystic is just waving at him from beyond the grave. There's a grenade coming through from Saint. Pushing forward. Aaliyah is still lying in wait for him. Saint is going to push. Stiegel down by Jack's MP40. As Aaliyah holds off in spawn, garanding through. Saint didn't even take a shot there. Now picked off by Whitefire. Whitefire will get the game. Saint going to respawn anyway. Whitefire desperately running for his life as the Axis team are coming. The Axis are coming. He's down. And now he's getting nowhere. You're inside the game as we hold on and see whether the Europeans can do anything about this. They have on their allied side, they will be pretty happy that they're going to set themselves up at least 14 to 15 minutes. Artillery raining in from Saint, clearing out No Thanks. Nothing can be done now as Fusion is going to hold on off. Even if the Americans set a time, they will be in a stunning position. even if the Americans get this goal away, the Europeans will have 15 minutes. Grenade forward. Senji will just avoid it. Allied fire for effect. Senji will push away, and Ferris will push away as well. And the Americans just can't lie in here. The Allies cannot get anything on these axes. They will push through spawn. Knight is down. Mystic going to come through to that main entrance. Mystic 1. Aliyah down. Saint coming in with the MP40. Going to power through. The Americans are all going to come through spawn here. It's going to be Aliyah. Saint comes in. The two Finnish players powering through here. Mystic 1 down. Mystic coming through. Jack coming in with the MP40s as well, trying to clear it out. Mystic going to try and follow this one up with the MP40. He's going to get the... No, he's not. Knight is going to power through with the respawn. 1, 2, both out. And the Europeans have cleared up the mess. They've taken out the trash. And there is nothing left of that American team in that spawn area. Whitefire is pushing down. He is backed up by Stiegel, who's going to get the gib on Jack. Whitefire just holding off. The Americans have not been so insistent on the gibbing. Looks like Whitefire's going to go for a spawn shot. Saint knows he's here. He's got the med pack down. Pulls out the pistol. Saint just going to get challenged down. Knight 1, 2, 3. 3 support fires in on that bridge, and they have just raided it in. The Europeans have got 2, 3 kills now in this match, and so far the Americans just cannot fight fire with fire. Even with, the latency problems that are almost non-existent, the Europeans are just outclassing them here. Silver going to push through underneath the bank. He'll prone. He'll get the give. Nicely done. Sentry will get the equalizer down, but 1 down is better than none down. Into the bank will go. Ferris is just lying in wait. Ferris is a beautiful player for a clutch situation. He'll hold off in that bank. Whitefire underneath the old MG nest. He's just lying in wait. Some ATTVs have just gone up, I'm being told. Here is your ATTV sync up right now. Aliyah double grenade, Jack and Mystic both powered out. 4 minutes and 21, 20, 19, 18. Leah and Whitefire just holding off in front of Axis respawn. Knight powered down with the prone. 2 allies is there. Ferris, though, clearing out in the back. He got the Luger frag in on Fusion. Nicely done. And we'll see whether they can do anything. It is Aliyah to go through spawn. Whitefire is just lying in wait. Pistol in hand. He will get the revive if he can. No, yes, he'll get the frag. Whitefire gets that one. They will get this gold up. They have to make the move. Stiegel double Panzerfaust. That's 2 out full spawn. If they can capitalize on this. Support fire in from the Axis team right in spawn. No, thanks has got a double Thompson in as well. And now the Americans can surely do it. Aliyah got caught by that artillery. But as he comes through, Whitefire will push through. Are there any twists in this tail? And with 3 minutes and 40 to go, Whitefire will put the gold in the back of the truck. ATTV sync up again. 3 minutes and 34, 33, 32, and 31. Fusion is going to push that truck forward. Axis spawn is any second now. Whitefire prones down. Stiegel, 1, 2, 3, 4. Knight, Jack, Ferris, and Senji both out. He gets avenged by Mystic. The mobile MG 42 frag is going to get 1, but nicely done. Stiegel clearing out the danger, and as Mystic will wrap up himself another frag. Ferris as well. That truck will be pushed away. The Americans will set a time. You're inside the game. This is TosspoT of ITG, and we shall return in just a moment.
4 out of 5 dentists agree that listening to Radio ITG has absolutely no positive effect on your teeth.
So apparently the odds are 1 in 5 that your teeth are actually getting whiter at this very moment.
8 seconds later. This is the new Radio ITG.
You are a young, up-and-coming, computer-savvy individual. You're both wired and jacked in with every conceivable mobility gadget at your fingertips. You are a fully modern creature, driving in the fast lane on the information superhighway. So what is this piece of archaic infrastructure doing in your house? Speakeasy is proud to present OneLink, a nationwide dedicated DSL connection that does not require a telephone landline. Why bother paying up to $40 a month to keep that phone line around just for your DSL? With Speakeasy's OneLink, you don't need to. You get a dedicated line that offers a superior connection and all the features of DSL, crazy fast speeds, a higher quality network, intelligent support without the hassle of that old-fashioned landline. Do yourself a favor and visit www.speakeasy.net to order Speakeasy's OneLink DSL service today. Put that extra $40 a month to good use and treat yourself to a lot of triple shot, half fat, no foam, extra hot, sugar-free, no whip hazelnut mocha lattes.
That's right, you're inside the game. Europe have taken the first blood. They've done a superb job of holding off for around 15 minutes. The final time was 17 minutes, in fact. And, that just left the Americans with a real uphill struggle. With 3 players to ready up, the Americans know that they're going to have to come up with one hell of a defense. They know that, this isn't the way SW Gold Rush usually goes. The time is usually between 6 and 10 minutes. And it was 17. It's not quite the best way to do it. They got the tank first. They did it brilliantly. They got the tank down towards that bank, got the command post, but it was that bank stage defense, that beautiful crossfire. It's the U-9016 parody a swarm tactic, That's the way they did it in Euro Cup. You just push forward and clear out the mess as a unit. We're underway again in 4, 3, 2, 1. We are fight again. there with the Europeans now having just a very little job to do with 17 minutes on the clock. They're going to hold off. The Americans will try their best, though. Mortar raining in. Saint is going to put a fire effect in as well. He'll push forward. Knight self-kills. I think it was the mortar there. Looking in at that side entrance, the Europeans have got Ferris that's going to push in that way. The rest of the players, no thanks, get the one frag there on Senji, but not going to happen. Silver got caught by Saint's artillery fire as well, and the Americans are already up against it. The Europeans are going to send some through the side, I would guess. Stiegel is holding off. It's Ferris that's going to go through the side. We have 2 players undecided right now. 3 players going to come up the rear now. It is Knight with a rifle nade connecting though. Alia's got caught all the way to the back, and as he comes to the back, Saint is just mowing them down in the rear as they have nothing defending themselves. Axis support fire is going to hold these players off for a few more seconds, so they're going to push forward bravely, but not going to get it. And now they will hold off. The Americans have to hold this tank for a few more. They need a minute on this at least. There is Senji. Senji just pushed in past the side entrance. Saint double support fire and a Thompson frag coming in. No thanks with the MP40. Cutting down Senji. It's a hold off here. Fusion will be there. Lying in wait. It is Whitefire just held up, needing a revive at the rear. With 15 minutes and 50 on the clock. The Americans have nothing on this one. There is Saint pushing forward. Grenade to his left-hand side, but he won't. Oh, he will get destroyed there. Jack will get picked off and gibbed. That tank, though, is almost constructed. Where will the Europeans push here? If they funnel through the main, they may just get this one. We'll lie and wait to see their respawn. Europeans not respawning just yet, and that has given the Americans some time. The tank construction will fade away, and they'll be very happy with the way that one played out for them. They got a stroke of luck with the respawn. We have 3 or 4 about to push up the rear. The reinforcements for I don't see any engineers yet for the Europeans, as they'll hold off. Whitefire and Alil will connect with the frags. MP40 and landmine. Mystic is the last one standing, but there's no one for him to revive. He's a one-man army, though. Ferris coming in with his own Thompson. He's pushed through that side entrance. The Swede connects from T9. There's the grenade from Silver. Mystic of Parody and lying in wait. Silver comes in with his own MP40 shot as well. Alil will push forward. Reinforcements for the Allied side are coming through the main right now in the shape of Knight's rifle nade, backed up by Saint the field up. As they lie in wait, there are 3 landmines that'll hold them off, but the Americans have held the tank longer than the Europeans right now. Saint is going to come through. He'll get the one Thompson frag before getting dropped by no thanks MP40. Self-kills come in as well. They will push through. Knight has gone all the way into that command post, not going for the tank with the American spawn coming in. There's the rifle nade, and it doesn't connect. In fact, it's Elias rifle nade that blows away Mystic, the Finn, the dead man situation. It's Senji just to hold off on the rear. Let's give you another ETTV sync up. 14 minutes and 29, 28. 27, 26, revives, trying to repair that tank. It's not going to happen. Knight has been down and gibbed. Nice job by the Americans. They prioritized. They got the gib. Then they downed Senji as a 2. It was good teamwork there by Silver and his medic, and they cleared out the mess. Here is Ferris just trying to push into the main. The famous Euro Cup winning player, now of Team 9, formerly of U96D. Downed. Not coming back. Mystic with the Thompson. Down to Leah. Saint has switched to Panzerfaust now at that side entrance. Nothing doing just yet with 14 minutes on the clock. The Americans are starting to climb Mount Everest, are starting to put minutes on the clock. Could you predict a full hold at the tank? Surely not. Silver is going to hold off at the side entrance. He has Knight and a medic with him. It's Ferris and Knight. Ferris medic himself and not Knight as they lie in wait with a rifle nade. Jack is there, a medic as well, and they'll just hold off. There are 3 or 4 Americans literally pushed all the way back to the tank. A Panzerfaust would rage them. Silver double Thompson, Senji double Thompson is that Panzerfaust with a Thompson. He comes through. Jack with a Thompson downing Silver, getting the Vengeance frag. He'll push through. Here come the engineers. They're going to go for this tank right now. Whitefire's going to get the frag on Knight. He'll get the gib as well. One more engineer up. It's Silver. It's Jack that's going to go for it. They will get the gib and the frag. Knife frag from Whitefire doing the job. The Americans still holding on by a very thin thread. This rope is going to collapse any second now, and as the Europeans just lie and wait for the next charge, we'll see whether they can do anything just to hold them off. Saint is an engineer. He's down. Stiegel with the shot and will throw the grenade on for the gib. They'll hold off. Spam the grenades into the side entrance. Where are the Europeans coming from? One going through that side. It's Ferris. Jack going to come in. Ferris leading in before his medic can do anything. Jack 1, not going to get the 2. Tapped out as well. Knight with a rifle nade chews down on Silver. There are 3 of them about to come out through the rear. It's just Mystic and Senji. In fact, Knight is at the tank. He's pushing forward. They're going to get this tank. Oh no! Denied at the last. Stiegel with the MP40. Knife powered through rifle nade and then going for the repair. His charge would have been hit by that. And that's why he couldn't finish it off. Saint going to come through. They have to get the gib on Saint. This is it. Saint is going to get this for tank. If they can't pick him off, they get it. And finally, the Europeans get the stroke of luck with the revive. And they did not get that gib on Saint in time. His medic was right on top of him. The Europeans have spawned on top of the Axis as well. This is bad news. The Americans running for their lives like the Brits did at the Boston Tea Party. This is vengeance for the Europeans, because as the Americans have nothing left up, the Europeans just power through. Here comes the Axis respawn. The Americans back in business here. Whitefire getting the frag on Knight. I don't think they're going to get this truck barrier. They're not going to get that tank barrier up at all. Mystic with the tank mounted MG42 will get that one frag. They're going to drop that rifle nade shot in. It's not going to connect this time. Whitefire holding off. Jack will surround him with a Thompson. Tank damage on top of that bridge. The Americans need to fall back here because the Europeans are going to charge over that bridge any second now. And here they come. Panzerfaust and Saint going to lead the line. Cut down by Whitefire in some style, leading the charge out of that second spawn exit. And now can the Americans hold off? 11 minutes and 33 seconds. It's doable. It really is. The Europeans did it. Can the Americans? Ferris just dominating the spawn defense. Gonna go through, gonna get the back rage in on No Thanks as well. Ferris 1, Ferris 2. That's 3 frags for him in total in this charge. Jack down, but as Ferris goes through the back of the spawn, he has no ammo, but he has a lot of angry Americans that are about to chase him. Grenade into spawn. No Thanks down. Ferris just getting that one in. Revive comes in, and now the Americans will charge Ferris down. It's Fusion that'll finally get the frag, but not after another headshot goes in. Aaliyah clearing out spawn. Saint with the Thompson pushing through from the old truck route, but not gonna happen. Aaliyah bounces the rifle nade off the wall. Senji will come in for the revive if he can. He'll lose a lot of HP as he does so, though. Senji downed. Saint trying to make his way through. Picked off Fusion, double MP40. Nicely done there, and the Americans showing that they have what it takes, but their spawn defense is pitiful. Knight has gone through. Gonna chase down. No, he's not. Knight gonna get picked off by Silver's MP40. Jack with a support fire will go through. Saint gonna make his way across the main entrance. He's just gonna hold on through this bank courtyard. Mystic the danger man for Europe, one would think, but so far he's not been the only one. Europe have got 3 pushing across this main entrance. Stiegel cut down. Ferris and Senji getting the frags, and now Europe will have to work as a unit here. Jack and Senji in the back. Ferris team kill grenade will go in. Now it's all on Whitefire to clear out that gold. Stiegel. Whitefire will get it, but Senji will clear it out. The revive is in. Ferris has it up as well. 3 Europeans with that gold. They're going to go off and back all the way across towards that truck. It is Aaliyah that's going to lie in wait. They can't go defensive here because the Europeans will spawn closer to them. They have to get this gold back. Jack and Mystic both out. Stiegel and Senji and Ferris have this gold. Rifle nade through. Ferris takes no damage. Senji doesn't either. He'll trip the landmine though, and then he will just live still and is powering through. Ferris will run away. He'll make his way up towards the top. He is going to go past the old truck route, truck barrier 1 route, and will make his way down to the bridge where there are 4 Europeans lying in wait. The Americans are underneath that bridge. Support fire on the bridge. Alarm bells ringing in this North American defense. They know that if they get this gold in the back of the truck, they've lost Aaliyah as well. Knight support fire will clear out. No thanks. There's not much left in the tank here. Whitefire and Silver, the last line of defense for the Americans. Backed up by Fusion. They spy Ferris. Ferris is going to get taken down. Fusion's done a lot of damage to Ferris as well. He thought Ferris went up top, but he didn't. Ferris has now dropped down. He's beneath that command post. There are 3 of them lying in wait. They would have seen where Fusion went, but Fusion could drop down behind them. Let's see if we can lock him down. Mystic is there. Ferris has the gold, holding off at the Allied respawn point. Jack self-kills, Allied respawn is in, support fire at the truck, Saint connects with Aaliyah. This is it, he needs a revive, he's got Whitefire and Silver to do it for him. There is Saint, Senji dropping down from the top, he is a medic. Revive comes in from No Thanks, the Americans never say die attitude. It is Ferris to come through, he's pushed through to the ladder, he's beneath the command post, he'll go down, Mystic is clearing out, it's all on Silver now, one shot, not gonna happen, Ferris will get it through, and the Swede powers it down. If they can get it, Knight double Panzerfaust and grenade coming through. Mystic cleared out by that Thompson frag. Not going to happen for the Americans this time, but they gave it a good effort. They really did. I mean, when the time is set, it's going to be 9 to 10 minutes. So that's not a bad defensive time at all. We'll see whether the Europeans can add insult to injury here as Saint will make his way through. We're going to go into Supply Depot next. Saint the Panzerfaust going to try and replicate Stiegel's activities here as the Axis team spawn up. There's Saint with the Panzerfaust. Oh, he strikes nothing, but Knight does the job. 3 with a support fire. Mystic follows in with a Thompson, and the EU side will just clear out the mess here as No Thanks to Fusion will get some vengeance frags in, but that truck is well away as it passes the old truck barrier 2 position. Senji drives it home, the German. We're going on to Supply Depot here on ITG. This is some, this is some Limp Bizkit and Break stuff. You're inside the game. This is it. The Americans must come back on supply because it'll make radar irrelevant. We'll play radar for exhibitional sake, but this is the second map. It's Supply Depot though. It can go either way. But the Americans have one problem. On the European side are Parodia players and U96D players who have a sublime Supply Depot defense. We'll see whether they've been able to integrate that to the rest of the players. But it does not look good for the Americans when you go up against players who have just dominated this map. Saint is a strong Panther, and with Knight as the rifle-nade as well, it will just, really be difficult for these Americans to contemplate with what they're going to go up with. The only thing they're missing here, from what makes their own defenses so good, is the field up. There's no Gazetta. Gazetta loves Supply Depot, or at least his stats would say he does. He plays Supply Depot sublimely. We're waiting on 3 players to ready up. We'll be right back here on ITG.
This is gaming with one of those generic energy products. And this is gaming powered by XTZ Herbal Energy.
You win.
Yeah! Eat it, baby! Combined with Metro Labs, a leader in unique herbal formulations, XTZ offers a wide assortment of herbal energy products. Our incredible selection includes energy drinks, mints, chocolates, and syrups, super caffeinated coffees, and much more. Check out our wide selection of eye-opening performance enhancers. No, not that kind of performance. At www.xtz.com.
Get back here and inside the game. 3, 2, 1. We are fight. It was Supply Depot where the Americans made a game of it last time. We'll see whether they can make a game of it this time on Supply. They have to, but it's the Europeans that'll attack. It's Saint with the Pantherfaust. Hop, skipping jumps, pull fires in, blown away. No thanks, got a teammate with it, but he got the Pantherfaust, the all-important danger man. Senji coming through, gonna get cut down by No Thanks. It's a field up this time, and as they'll hold off, it is Stiegel and No Thanks lying in wait. They'll just hold back. They'll push forward. Thompson's coming down now by the European side. Saint is going to make his way down. Saint one-man Panzerfaust. Aliyah picked out, and it was lucky there for the Americans, because with them all self-killing, the Europeans knew exactly where they were. Saint could have had luck been against the Americans. Saint could have got a whole load of frags. There is no crossfire on this bottom level. The Europeans are going to rage through. Saint finally picked off. We got the ACP frag in, and if a Panzer's getting an ACP frag on the bottom level, you know you've got problems. Silver and Siegel will push forward. Here comes the Axis. Oh, the Ally capturing that spawn right as the Axis are about to spawn there as well. Not looking good. The Americans have got to stop self-killing. It doesn't work on Supply first stage. If you self-kill on first stage, then the bottom level is so unguarded. It's so easy for the Allied side to hop, skip, and jump down and get that bottom level. It's exactly what they did. Here is No Thanks. Grenade in hand. He'll throw it in there to that bottom level. He won't get anyone. He'll prone down, but he'll get annihilated. Oh no, he won't get the Vengeance frag, but there's there's Mystic coming through. MP40 in. And now the Danger Man is through. No Thanks is going to try and deal with it, but he gets lucky with a self-kill. And now the Europeans will push forward. Bad first stage for the Americans. Can they hold something better up at the command post? It is up, and the Americans are looking like setting up a 3-2 split, or a 4-2 split, with a roaming engineer, and Aliyah is that engineer, and he's covering the tunnels, in fact. And as the main entrance goes down, both entrances go down, Knight will lead the charge. Rifle nade across towards the command post. Not going to happen. Axis pull fired down right at the turning point. It's Knight to go in with that rifle nade. He's cleared out Fusion there in that command post, and as they hold off, they're waiting for that fire for effect to end. Saint will push forward. He'll get blown away by it. Axis to pull fire down. The Europeans are going to have to move here. Saint with the artillery does get the frag on Stiegel, but as they hold off, they'll push forward towards the top of that bridge. Ferris with the ACP frag, downing Aliyah. No Thanks coming through. Knight with the Garand. They're going to hold on off into the command post. No Thanks is the last line of defense. Saint is going to get the better of him. Central charge in. He'll blow up that command post right there. 12:30. Dynamite down on the depot defense, and the Americans are capitulating before our very eyes. They have nothing on the clock right now. 12 minutes and 23. That's 2.5 minutes into this game, and Dynamite planted on the depot gate. It's not good for them. We'll see whether they can do anything about it. Double rifle nade coming in from Knight. That clears out the mess. Revive in on the engineer. They might just get this because the Pantherfaust was ridiculously early. Whoever was that Panther, he did it terribly. There's Revive going in on the engineer once again. No, not going to happen. The gift comes through. They're going to blow. Ferris is going to hold it off. Boom! And he's gone. Whoever was I can't see who was the Pantherfaust. It was Saint. Saint struck that engineer while he was still in revive, and not going to happen if you do that. Once you're revived, you have that 3-second invulnerability, and Saint knows that. Saint's played this a lot more than anyone else. And as we hold off, the truck is going to come through that main entrance. Stiegel with the MP40, equalized out by Mystic's own MP40. 1-2. He does the kung fu as the Americans lose another. It's Ferris to go through this main entrance. Self-kills coming in again by the Europeans. Who's going to push forward? It's going to be the Pantherfaust. Saint with a shot. No! Going to get cut down by Whitefire's MP40. The Americans going to push back to the top level. They have to hold off here because the Europeans have had so little time. With 11 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock, the Americans are going to have to come up with one almighty final stage defense. Senji picked off. No Thanks with the MP40 frag going in on the on Ferris, the young Swede. The Americans have got 3 medics set up at this front entrance. They cannot get sandwiched. They cannot get caught unaware. This is it for the Americans. They proved on the SW Gold Rush that they can dogfight. They can get stuck in. The question is, will they here? No Thanks is pushing forward. Senji's going to challenge him down and will get the frag. He'll get pushed off there, and No Thanks only has himself to blame for dying there. 1 on 3. What do you expect? The Americans are going to charge up this main entrance. Grenades in, and the Europeans are getting pushed back and back. Saint with the Pantherfaust strikes a brick wall. The brick wall stands firm. Jack and Senji are going to come through, but the Americans have a big European army charging them down. Senji 1, Senji 2. The only German in this team. Oh, Saint double team grenade going in. He's having a terrible supply depot. He's gibbed his engineer. The Americans are going to clear him out, and the Americans say a big thank you to the Euro Cup silver medalist named Saint from Finland, because he's just helped them more than you could ever imagine. 10 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. You're inside the game, powered by Speakeasy.net. Senji's coming through on this top level. He got 1 frag, and he's going to try and get more, as it's going to be the revive in on Silver, but he gets picked off once again. There's Knight with the rifle nade. They still can't deal with Senji. Rifle nade into the construction room. He's going to try and get through. The 3 Americans just clear him out and get the game. It was Senji that got the game, in fact, and the frag. Senji going to get challenged down. Stiegel finally gets the frag. This is dogfighting. This is balls to the walls. But a Saint with a grenade. Jack with a Thompson. We'll see whether Ferris can do anything about it. He's just being a mischievous here, but he can't do anything. But here comes Jack. The Europeans have to get their act together. They have to attack a 6, because this American defense is wafer thin. Senji and Knight on the main stairs. Wait. Spawn camp. Go as 6. Just hold off. That's exactly what they're doing. Here's Mystic as well. Haven't seen him in a little while. 3 of them going to come through this main entrance. Saint has got the grenade frag there on Aaliyah. Here they come, going all the way through to the construction room unchallenged. Knight is the rifle lead. He's holding off. He's hoping his medics can do the job for him. Mystic is one of them. Senji is another. They both get a frag apiece. Knight going into that main entrance. Drops a rifle nade at the feet of a revived medic. He's going to get picked off. He's going to get gibbed, and the medics can do nothing about it. Jack is the next engineer to come through. Silva is going to get the revive on Stiegel. Other way around, in fact. There's the grenade at the back entrance. They're still up. No Thanks coming through the rear. Gets the Thompson frag. The Americans are digging in. The Americans are playing ET, and they're giving us a game here, ladies and gentlemen, with 8 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Here comes Mystic. Here comes Knight. Holes still gaping in this American defense, but they're dug in. This is Insanity style against Savus in last season's Summer Cup, if you remember it. Insanity brought us a stunning defense back then, a year ago, almost to the date, in fact. Insanity just held themselves off in this room, in this construction room, and there was nothing that Savus could do about it. They held and held and held, and suddenly we saw what the Israelis had to offer in ET, but here come the Europeans. 1, 2, 3, about to power on through. No Thanks coming in with a double Thompson frag. Knight frag getting equalizer in on No Thanks. The Canadian is down. The revive goes in. Panther Maelstrom Stiegel, he doesn't get the engineer. The only one left alive is the engineer. Knight gonna go through. Next to no HP. He's on the construction. Unchallenged. Gets it. Can you believe it? The only one they didn't kill was the engineer. And now the Europeans are gonna get this gold in. But the Americans have shown yet again that they can play ET. 8 minutes on this clock. Stiegel is lying and wait. Aaliyah is lying and wait for them with their rifle nade, as they'll hold off. Aaliyah's rifle nade will connect with first, but K-43 down. Senji nicely done. Saint with the Panzerfaust. If the Americans can put 2 more minutes on here, we'll have a 10-minute time, and the ball will be in their court. Stiegel fighting for his life. Knight gonna make his way around the rear. Cut down by a combination of Whitefire and Stiegel. No, he's still up, still fighting. It was Ferris and Mystic to come through, and they should have got that frag. Now the revives will go in, and there are 4 Europeans pushing through. Suddenly that 2 minutes, you're just begging for 90 seconds for the Americans now. Support fire right on that truck. Europeans gonna have a problem here. Ferris double Thompson frag backed up by Senji. They cut off that support fire. Not gonna happen. Stiegel, no thanks. Clearing out the way as the Canadian leads by example, cutting down the Europeans left, right, and center. Saint with the ACP frag. Knight coming in with his own Thompson, backing it up for the Europeans. They have it with 7 minutes and 5 seconds to go on the clock. They're going to try and get Saint in a spawn camping position with the Panzerfaust. No, they're not. In fact, support fire down in front of spawn, Whitefire, and they're going to run straight into this. There are 2 of them. The one support fire goes in. Do they realize there's a second one? No, but it doesn't go off anyway. There is Fusion, and no thanks to hold off. Jack with the Thompson comes through. Fusion, Stiegel, Silva getting it back, but finally Mystic in for the European side. Support fire all the way up to that command post. The truck might run over it. It's going to blow, or is it? Yes, it is. Stiegel double support fire. That truck is stopped dead. Jack going to try and go for it. Stiegel, 1, 2, 3 as well, following it up like he did with the Panzerfaust. Real powerhouse here. Finally just stopped dead by Saint's Panzer. And now with 6:28 on the clock, we're going to have a time set of exactly 8 minutes and 33 seconds. It could have been better. It really, luck was against him with that final Panzer shot. Stiegel 21 for 16, top fragger, and rightly so. Mystic 12 for 5, not hitting the deck much. But Whitefire 4 for 12. Lowest fragger of the match on the Axis side, just couldn't get into it. And, well, we'll see whether the Europeans can counter that with their defense. You have to favor them. You have to think the Americans can't do this, but 8 minutes and 33. There's margin for error with that time. You know, we could see the Europeans get this one. We'll just have to see whether they really have it in them. The Americans with, you know, Stiegel. Stiegel's played sublimely there. He played the match of his life against the Europeans here. And if anyone underestimates the Americans, put people like Stiegel and No Thanks in a team, and you never know. You never know. The Americans might just have a shot here, because they are capable of going all the way here. They have, they can punish the Europeans. They have to. I don't think the Europeans will make the same mistake on the self-kills on the first stage, because it was exposed in European ET some time ago. But that third and second stage that the Estonians and Paradia like to put up, it can be beaten. You know, if luck is against you, you get a good spawn time, you get a support fire, it can be beaten, it can be cleared out. If the luck is with the Americans, which so far it almost has been. I mean, Supply Depot, they held off for about 10 minutes, which is good. Sorry, SW Gold Rush, 10 minutes, which is good to any other team, but not in this match. And it's Supply Depot, 9 minutes, which is okay, not perfect. We'll see whether they can do it here. 4, 3, 2, 1. The North Americans have 8 minutes and 33 to take this one. We'll see whether they can. They're going to funnel down. It's going to be one down the tunnels who is a Panzerfaust, it looks like. Support fire forward from the Axis side all the way through. There's Mystic, 1 MP40 and 2 support fire. That's Mystic for you. That is it. The Finnish superstar does the job for them. Knight going to make his way down the side entrance. Jack is going to come through. They've downed the Panzerfaust that's gone all the way into that tunnel. It's only Senji holding off this bottom level. Only. Ha! Senji lying in wait for them. Self-kills coming in by the Axis side. Fusion is going to be the one to charge through, but there's the reinforcements. Alia's grenade does it. And now it's Ferris, Senji, and Jack all on this bottom level. Europeans do self-kill, but they leave one in reserve. That is Senji. They'll lie and wait for these Americans once again. They have no thanks. They have Silver making the push up high. The Europeans very, very aggressive here. Knight is going to try... Oh, wow. Grenade comes forward. Alia just blown away by Ferris's grenade. Knight and Mystic clearing the path. No thanks and Silver both down. Knight is finally avenged by Whitefire's Thompson, but... can the Americans do anything here? You know, with the Europeans being so aggressive, Stiegel, one man, not going to do much, and not going to be an imprint as he just gets cut down by Senji's MP40. With the Americans not able to actually capitalize on any holes in this team, we have to see, you know, whether the Europeans are just going to hold them at this first stage, because right now they have a nice combination of support fire and grenades just clearing out the Americans. It's going to be Knight to go on down to the bottom level. Whitefire with the Thompsons. It hits Knight. Now Senji self-kills. They have to make this push. There's the grenade to the right-hand side. Nicely done. Rifle is in there as well. It's Senji on his own. He's going to go Jihad with the grenade. Not going to happen. Knight pushing forward. K43, one frag in. Alia cut down as well. Whitefire with a revive on Alia. It's Mystic and Knight that is in this bottom level. Backed up by Jack. Mystic with the knife frag. Embarrassing Alia. We've had a couple knives tonight. And now that dynamite is just going to fade away. No thanks. Landmine down, and his NG cut down by Saint's MP40. There's the Panzerfaust from Stiegel right between the teeth. Knight self-kills. The Americans need to make the push here with the... they're not going to. The Europeans are going to get back in position following the self-kill. Knight double rifle nade in the tunnels, just clearing out Fusion and Whitefire. Not going to happen. Alia with a rifle nade is going to hold on off. He's got one going up to the left-hand side. It's Sate. The rifle nade from Alia doesn't connect this time, and the Axis fire for effect is right on top of him. Self-kills coming in, and with 6 minutes and 18 seconds to go, this is not too good for the Europeans. For the Americans. They just can't penetrate this defense. They almost had it. They had some down, and then the self-kill came in, and they almost had this one. But it wasn't to be. Silver's going to get cut down, grenade in hand. Fusion's going to come through. Stiegel, one Panzerfaust. Alia with a grenade as well. Following up with a rifle nade. They might have cleared themselves a hole out here. Fusion, Thompson clearing out Senji. Alia down though. Knight's grenade. He was the engineer. They need to cut him down so he can't dynamite that main entrance. It is Senji, Jack, and Ferris at a back in position on his bottom level. Knight rifle nade sends Whitefire ping-ponging around this mat as they'll hold on through. It's Silver to come through. Jack, 1. Jack, 2. The Slovenian does it with Ferris's backup, and the 3 self-kills coming in. Will the Americans be able to capitalize? No, they've only just spawned, and the Europeans are back in position. There's no one grouped up for a Panzer shot either. Knight with the rifle nade showing just why he does it for check 6. There's the Panzer from Stiegel, 1! He just couldn't connect with Senji. He was just too far away. Jack, Senji, and Ferris all clearing out, and now the Americans have to just push. They don't have time for tactics now. Unfortunately, that's the way they're in. They're in such a bad shape right now that they just don't have time for tactics, which is unfortunate. We're going to go on to Radar next. That's another aggressive map. The Americans might be able to do something there. Radar featured in the first Atlantic battle, but none since. Stiegel getting that Panzer shot in on Ferris. It is Jack and Senji holding off on this bottom level. Fire for effect is in on the truck. It's providing the Americans a little bit of cover, but not too much. They've got 3 or 4 that are funneled down to the right-hand side. Saint spies it, and the Finn drops down behind them. Whitefire's going to get annihilated here. There's the grenade. Mystic coming in with his own MP40 as well, and now Mystic is just going to hold on through. We'll see whether they can do anything about this right now, because the Americans have no answer. Stiegel just trying to make his way in through that main entrance is not going to happen. Whitefire holding off, remitting himself up. He just needs some reinforcements here. Saint double support fire. Whitefire gets the Thompson in on Knight, but with 2 down, he'll get cut down by Saint MP40, and Saint will make it a hat trick there. Rifle nade in, not going to do anything as Jack will hold off. He got the MP44 frag in. We'll see whether the Americans can do anything about this. They have Mystic 1, Mystic 2, pushing forward with the Luger in hand. He'll just get a team frag, in fact, for his troubles as they hold on through. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Drop down to this bottom level. Leah with the rifle nade. Truck is right in that doorway, and the Europeans are going to be loving that. That gives them all the cover in the world, because the Americans can't see them, but the Europeans can spam forward, grenade over, support fire through, and they're just protected by it. Nothing the Americans can do now. They're in such a dire situation. Saint double team frag, artillery coming in, Knight down as well. They have 3 out here. Can they capitalize? Mystic coming in with his own MP40. It is Stiegel with the Panzerfaust to make his way in through that side entrance. He's waiting for the spawn. He'll get the 1 frag. Gets dropped by Senji though with the MP40. There is Ferris and Senji both in through that side entrance. Whitefire with just a Luger in hand, cut down by the respawning Jack. Allied Sign have that 4 bunker, but only for a brief second. It's still no thanks battling out, and the Canadian will do it. They have the 4 bunker for all of 2 seconds. They respawn, and now the Americans are in the game. Hallelujah. They're going to drop down to this bomb level, try and clear out Senji. Jack is already down. Dynamite planted, and it will be Whitefire to go through this main entrance. And Dino planted on the main bunker gate with 3 minutes and 3 seconds on this clock. There is not much left to go, and it's just going to be too little too late for them. It is Whitefire going over this front top entrance. Over the hill they go, charging towards that command post, but Silver will be the 3rd one to go down, and the Americans' bodies will be blown away by that support fire. Whitefire, last man standing after holding the door for his teammates, will get charged down. He'll actually get a few Thompson shots off before the Europeans send Saint and Senji to try and finish him off, down to just a pistol. Mystic launches himself into midair and will get that frag. Self-kills coming in by both sides. They have the truck. They have the truck past that first entrance. They have the bottom entrance blown. It's something. It's not quite as they're all grouping up for a Panzerfaust here. If there's anything there, there's 4 of them lying away on that bottom side, and I bet Saint is licking their lips. They don't have the Panzerfaust though. Mystic right in that bush is just lying in wait for them. 4 or 5 of them grouping up. Move, America, because they will get slaughtered here. Axis 5 for effect is there, forces them to move, and Knight and Saint will be probably like, oh, I wish I was a Panzerfaust. Look at the fire coming out of that tree from Mystic. He gets down by Saint's artillery. In fact, no, he's still up. Saint's artillery raining in on Whitefire. No thanks picked off by Jack's MP40. And now the Americans have just 1 minute and 54 to even get the main done. It's not going to look good. We're going to go onto radar after this as the Americans push forward. Senji and Saint, double MP40 coming through. You're inside the game. Tonight we announced the rosters, and we announced that Idol will be attending QuakeCon 2005. Saint, no thanks, is all the way down in this main entrance. Rifle nade dropped down behind him. He has next to no HP. Axis support fire, Axis respawn is in. 4 of them will push over. Grenades launched over the top of the bridge, over the top of the roof with 1 minute and 27 to go. There's the grenade. Knight blown away. Aliyah blown away by Knight's grenade. Stiegel just trying to do something, but he can't. And the Europeans will launch themselves over that wall and will just clear out the mess. Silver Thompson frag coming in on Knight. He's been picked off though by a combination of Jack and Ferris, but then they both get avenged. Fuse and the steel coming through. Senji 1, Senji 2, Thompson frags going through, and as they go across towards the side entrance, the engineer will drop down in behind that tank. It's Stiegel. Stiegel going to drop in behind the truck. Rifle nade forward. Saint with the 1 man. 57 seconds on the clock. The Americans are going to get the dynamite down on this main entrance. If they can, they're going to try and lie and wait for Ferris. Nicely done by Stiegel. He baited him out with that dynamite plant and then plucked him out in midair. Not going to happen though. Mystic holding off. Just down by that nice Thompson frag there, and now it will be Stiegel. Not going to get the dynamite in. The dynamite has faded away. He has to wait for his recharge bar to finish up, and with 35 seconds on this clock, there just isn't much left in it. Support fire over the top. The USA not A-OK now. They are 4-0 down. We'll go onto radar after this as a 3rd map. Will the Europeans be able to, take it to 6 and go for the complete whitewash, or will the Americans valiantly take 1 map and make it 4-2? We'll see here on Inside the Game in 10 more seconds when we finish this one up. This is a little bit of Queen and Don't Stop Me Now. This is ITG, powered by Speakeasy. You're inside the game. You're back inside the game. We're onto radar. And Radar is the one original map that we are playing tonight. That just shows the quality of customs that we've seen. Supply and SW have taken our first two maps, and with them they've both gone to Europe, who have just absolutely, looked on top form. And come QuakeCon time, we wonder what the Americans will be able to put up here. Radar is beautiful, because this is the most RTCW-like map you're ever going to see. Because with 2 document runs, it just reminds me so much of Beach at times. Except with 2 war documents, let's put it that way. They have to grab the documents from the west and the east and take them to the truck. The beauty of this is, once you've got the dynamites in, there's nothing more to do. You don't need an engineer, you just have to play. Panzer, medic, feel up, something along those lines, and clear it out. There's a lot of tactics involved in getting both of them. Which one do the Axis defend? Do they defend them both? Well, we'll see. And it's just a lovely map. Only issue that some players have with it is the FPS. It is a touch weak on the FPS for certain players, but we'll see. Here inside the game, this is it. America, for the last time, have a chance of taking a map from the Europeans. Will the Europeans just go for the clean sweep? 3, 2, 1. We are fight with the Europeans, knowing they have won the game, but with one more to go. Can they do it? This is Mystic support fire forward. Memories strike back from CSAM. 7-man support fire on Radar in Atlantic Battle 1. It made it so special. It made Atlantic Battle history. Let's put it that way. Silver going through that main entrance. Gonna try and clear out Mystic, but Mystic playing his field up self-kills. Axis spawn right in there. Axis side get that command post up at the side entrance. Stiegel gonna go for main. He's led all the way forward. His medics are nowhere near him. He did get the frag on Saint. Ferris can't go for the revive because he's got 3 or 4 players trying to charge him down. It gets picked off. The Allied side are gonna get that main entrance very soon. The dynamite in. Aliyah taking damage. He will get the Dino down before reinforcements come in. It's all on Whitefire to hold off. So we do have no Axis engineers going to try and clear that one out, in fact. And with 20 seconds to go, I would imagine they go for a self-kill and an engineer. They have not. And that means that these Americans have got themselves the front entrance, and with it that'll spawn the dynamite defuse on the main entrance. They've got the side planted here. The side is somewhat the more important one would say, because you can spawn up at the command post. But with that main entrance diffused, they've got to go back all over again. Double grenade coming in from Mystic. They held off just. We'll see whether they can do anything more about this. They have the no thanks going in towards that command, going into that side entrance just to hold off. Knight is the engineer there. That dynamite's going to blow in 3 seconds. They're going to have to back away. Boom! It goes, and just Stiegel dynamites himself to pieces, but gets the frag in as well. They can go into this command post before the defense is up. This is a good news for the Americans. It's so easy to crossfire that command post, but Aliyah is going to dynamite it down, sod the covert ops, and as they push forward, this is a lucky break for the Americans that the Europeans could not hold up at the command post. Dynamite down. First with that Saint with the long-range MP40 shots going across towards that command post. Dynamite down. Whitefire double grenade. Ferris and Knight both down. And now no thanks will push forward. They'll clear out this main entrance. Fusion will manage to trip both of Saint's landmines, but that's good enough for them because it means that they are in the clear at that main entrance to get the plant down. The Americans are going to try and the Europeans are going to try and push that command post. They've got a fire for effect down. The Dino will blow any second now. Satchel charge in as well. There it is. Dino blown. Stiegel's the last man standing up there though. Europeans have already got the pliers down. They've pushed forward, and the Americans have just capitulated here at the side entrance. They had 4. They got greedy. They pushed forward, and now it's a European 4-man defense here at the side entrance. And American fans will be thinking, what the hell? Axis team, get that command post up, and the Americans are back to phase 1 with the dynamite now blowing at the main entrance in 10 seconds. Saint is just lying in wait for them. He is a Panzerfaust holding off at that front entrance. He thinks the Americans... Oh, there he goes, self-kills after the shot. Didn't quite hold off here. And now what are the Americans going to do? We have Knight up at that command post. Allied side have got the main entrance. They have 3 about to push him from the command post. 4, in fact. Stiegel is a Panzerfaust. Fire for effect is in there. Mystic going to toss a grenade down as well. Aliyah will trip 1 landmine. Stiegel with just 75% HP pushing forward. 1-man Panther. Knight down. He was the rifle nade, going to get a revive. Ferris is there as well, but the Axis fire for effect is just splitting up that offense as Mystic with the MP40 will get Silver out. Rifle nade and regular grenades being exchanged here as the Americans send another 4 in. Senchi is over the top. Stiegel going to try and push forward. He won't get the frag. Mystic will get him in the back as well as Knight's rifle nade. Now is the chance to push in because there's no crossfire. They have 3 or 4 going in here. Aliyah with the rifle nade, drops it off that back wall, doesn't get the frag. Ferris with the Tinker revive on Knight. Here it comes. Knight gonna lie in wait, not gonna happen. Senji drops him from the rear, but Whitefire will try and get him. Crone's down, Silver comes in. Americans reclaim the command post. Satchel charge in, they get it. Never say die attitude. All Knight has to do is get the pliers onto that command post. He drops the rifle lead in, Silver blown away. Aaliyah got the plier on that command post. Self-kills, and will come back any second now, but the Americans have to hold on this time. They seriously do. With 11 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. On radar, you can expect anything from 5 to 10, but it's so exciting. U-9060 versus Paradia gave us so many document runs. Knight was the man of the match there with that stunning Panzerfaust, clearing out Paradia. Had he not connected with that one Panzerfaust shot, Paradia would have won Eurocup. It's that simple. As it happened, Knight connected with the Panzerfaust, U-9060 set a longer time, and with it, forced us to a second match in the double elimination, and with it, gave U-9060 the opportunity to win Eurocup 11 enemy territory. 10 minutes and 28 seconds on the clock. Command post going up now. Ferris just holding off valiantly at that command post. Aaliyah has no charge. Stiegel has died in vain next to Ferris, but command post up. Allied reinforcements will be coming any second now. They're just tossing their grenades in here. Europeans currently operating with, they have got themselves 3 field ups and 3 medics. No engineer, no Panzerfaust, interestingly enough, but the self-kills coming. They may switch up classes right now, Saint being one of them. Ferris's grenade comes through. The Americans have got their main and side entrances. They have 3 players or 4 players hopping down that side route. They will go to just behind the garage, trying to make their way up towards that east radar. Grenades tossed forward. It is Saint, it is Ferris that are holding onto the east radar, backed up by Jack. Allied support fire is on top of that garage right now. It won't do any damage this time because one of them dropped down beneath it. Jack comes forward with the MP40 frag, connects once. There is Aaliyah lying in wait, pushing forward. Jack self-killed, and now who will respawn right on top of those radars. He's got Ferris for company as well. Whitefire prone down on top of the garage. He will hold off. Aaliyah just challenging down Saint. They're trying to make room up here at this east radar parts. They will grab the east radar. They'll push away. Axis fire for effect will just hinder the Axis team effect. The parts dropped on the bridge. It will be Aaliyah to get picked up by No Thanks. No Thanks to Canadian moving those parts away up that side entrance. Backed up by his revived friend Aaliyah. Silver with the self-kill. Americans have the east radar parts away, but they still have the west to do. The question is, will they even get the east home? They still have to pull it all the way past that main entrance and into the escape truck. Then they have the job of holding on to the west radar parts. That's the Europeans' job. Over towards the fake radar they will go. It is Whitefire and it is Fusion just to lie and wait. Whitefire with the Thompson drops 1. Jack's going to try and go for the revive, but he will get the frag. Mystic chipping in with his own frag there as well. And Mystic saves Senji and Jack there. 2 MP40 frags coming in. He is the field ups pushed all the way forward. Mystic multitasking here. Knight is going to hold off. We have a fire for effect down on that main entrance as well. They won't be able to push these parts home easily. Knight is going to go all the way through. Get Stiegel out. Where are the parts? East parts have been dropped. There are 4 or 5 Americans holding these parts in spawn. No Thanks. El Capitan has them. The Canadian is lying in wait to push these forward. Mystic is the one stopping them. This will be something special if he did. He's in the truck here. Saint down. Whitefire got a frag in there as well on Knight. And they'll push these parts forward. Double self-kill coming in. It's Aaliyah. They're trying to clear out this truck. Senji is forward. The Europeans are gambling here with 2 pushing forward. They have to make it pay off. They have to be able to hold off the rear end of their defense. It depends where the Americans are going to come through. Whitefire down. Mystic and Knight have reclaimed these trucks. It's backed up by Senji as well. Axis fire for effect is forward. They're going to try and come forward for the parts. No Thanks get the 1. Double Thompson frag dropping 2 of them. Nicely done there by the Canadian, leading the charge for his team. And now we'll see whether they can do anything about it. Fire for effect is in on that truck, but there are no Axis in at the truck at all. No Americans have pushed for these west radar parts at all though. It's Aaliyah to go across the bridge. They secure the east. Axis respawn. The question is, can Aaliyah do anything about it? He was on that bridge. He dropped down, got the knife frag on Saint. Oh, that'll be a pride moment for him. And we'll see whether they can push forward. Under the bridge they will go. It is Whitefire, backed up by No Thanks. No Thanks and Whitefire both cut down after getting just the 1 frag. Knight is all the way forward as a field ops, just going to back rage anyone that comes through that main entrance. He has put a fire for effect down on the main entrance as well. And with 9 minutes and 6 on, with 7 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock now, we will see Whitefire pushing forward. There are 4 or 5 of them coming out of that command post. First push to the east radar parts bore fruits for them. Can they do the same this time? Grenade down. It'll be Aaliyah that just has to bear the brunt of it. Saint and Ferris. MP40 power coming through. No Thanks hits the deck, but Ferris avenged by Silver. Jack coming in with the equalizer in though. Silver down and out for the count. Revives have gone in. The Allied side have got 3 or 4 players in that garage. It's Mystic, MP40, backed up by Jack Sluga. They're clearing them out here. The Europeans have just decimated this American attack, and they are now ammoless and playerless as Ferris is going to come through. We have still Aaliyah and Whitefire up. They pick themselves up, a few remaining Thompson. Whitefire takes some grenade damage. Ferris is underneath the truck. He lies in wait, meting himself up. Jack with the MP40 down Stiegel. There it is. Senji and Jack just holding off at the fake radar. Whitefire with the ACP does drop Ferris, but with the Americans pushing in behind spawn, it gives the Europeans a big gap to rearrange their defense. The Americans have to do something spontaneous here, because with 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go, the Europeans have all the time in the world just to hold off. You know, as soon as they see an American, they can give the call. They can say, 1 or 2 coming this way. Silver dropped into Axis respawn. Mystic with the MP40 drops Stiegel. There are 2 American players in Axis respawn. It's Aaliyah that's backing up Stiegel. They're going to try and go for some balcony shots just to clear it off. Saint has going to push up there to the right-hand side. He has a grenade dropped in. Oh, Silver's been blown away. Revive comes forward. Axis self-kill. And now they will push forward and try and clear out this balcony. They need to do it around this corner. They need to hold off. Whitefire dropped. Aaliyah as well picked off, but now it will be Saint getting down by the 1 frag. There is Fusion kicked off, and now the Axis team have got some danger in the respawn. Fire in the disco, and it will be cleared out by Mystic and Knight combining. Eurocup gold and silver medalists clearing out the danger, and they will hold off as Ferris gets picked off by Silver here, and it will be No Thanks going through at the fake radar. 3 Americans to push forward. It's Stiegel leading the charge to pull fire in. No Thanks self-kills. He shouldn't have done that. He could back up this attack. Oh, Stiegel missed the radar parts. He pushed forward to get them. It would have rung the alarm bells. It would have sounded the alarm. It gets the kill and the gib in on Mystic. He pushes those radar parts away now, but gets dropped instantly by Jack's MP40, and now the Axis team will just reclaim their positions. And in fact, it'll be an excuse for Ferris and for Knight and Senji to go aggressive. With 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go, you're inside the game with TosspoT of ITG. And we'll see whether they can do anything about this. Self-kills coming in by the Axis side. The Americans had those west radar parts for a brief second. They have been returned now. Axis team have got their 2 players up at east, and the hole that the Americans have pierced in this Axis defense has been slammed right back full, and now we'll see whether they can do anything about it. We have Silver, we have Whitefire pushing around the back of the East Radar. Whitefire going to pick up Silver. We have them both holding off, but Mystic going to try and down them both. He gets to 1 frag. Silver comes in with Equalizer, but Ferris with the save. Fusion, 1 Thompson, 2 Thompson, Knight and Senji both out. They're going to come through from the bridge route here. Fusion gets dropped off that bridge. Support fire come forward from that allied side, but Mystic's done the damage. No Thanks picked off as well. Support fire not going to do anything on spawn. The Americans have not been able to spawn cap at all in this match, and this is one reason why they've done nothing. It's a boost going forward from Aaliyah and Fusion. It's not going to work, and now the Americans challenge down. Aaliyah and Fusion both picked off, and the Americans could get full held here with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go. They are going to hold off. The Europeans self-kill. Well, the Americans going to respawn up any second now at the command post, I think. Allied side getting those west radar parts up. In fact, Stiegel pushing forward from the fake radar. Where are those radar parts? They are down. Knight has been picked off, but the Axis side reclaiming the radar parts. Whitefire down. Jack is just going to just manhandle those radar parts and be the one last man actually on the grass verge, trying to hold off the Americans. And with 3 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock, it's just a case now of the Europeans holding on. They know that the Americans have finally started to find some holes in this defense, but it doesn't matter. The Europeans have got the ability here to come back from those radar parts being grabbed. They are going for an all-out attack, all guns blazing style, you know. They don't care. As soon as the parts have gone forward, they're going to go Rambo. They have nothing to lose. They've already won the game. It's already up to 4. We're just playing this map for exhibitional sake. Aaliyah with the grenade, dropping Jack. Self-kills come forward. Knight goes in with the MP40 and then self-kills. Stiegel, Fusion, getting Mystic and Ferris out full spawn. Here comes Saint trying to clear them out at the back of the East radar parts, dropping 1. Who do we have at the fake radar? It is Stiegel, prone down, going for the frag on Jack. Not going to happen. Jack gets it, and the medpacks will back himself away. We have Senji just holding off, and with 2 minutes and 12 seconds on this clock, the Europeans have got Fusion and No Thanks to deal with. They're about to come in through from the fake radar. It will be Fusion just to lie in wait, but Stiegel's not going to get a revive from him as Senji pushes forward, gets the gib in as well. Where is No Thanks? No Thanks is down, and with 1:55 on the clock, we're literally counting them down here for Europe as they hold on. They hold on for dear life. This will make it to 5-0 if they hold on. They will go for 6 if they were to complete the objective. It will be something special here for the Europeans. It will be their biggest ever victory over the Americans. and really, they've looked so strong. Only SW Gold Rush did the Americans really voice a chance. Holding on for 10 minutes was something special, but the Europeans have, other than that, absolutely dominated the Americans. The Americans have dug in. They've, where team play and tactics have lacked, they've pulled out something special. Saint lying in wait for the 2 players about to push from behind the 4 players about to push from behind the garage at the east radar pods. Saint gonna go up on top of the garage, drops 1. Mystic coming in with a Thompson frag as well. Finnish players combine here. Mystic coming in as well with his second MP40 frag. There is Saint self-killing. 3 still up here. Respawn coming in for the Axis side. Mystic gonna get dropped finally. Senji and Knight coming in. Saint with the MP40 clearing them out, and it's all on Whitefire. If 5 comes forward from Fusion, he will get up. It will be no thanks there. Mystic MP40 powering down, no thanks. Fusion cut down by Saint Sluga, and now the European side will just have to deal with 1 player. It's Whitefire leading the charge, knife in hand, and there it is in true Mystic style, Lugering him down, and with 37 seconds to go. This is too little too late for the Americans. You're inside the game. We will return in just a moment. It's all a question of whether the Europeans can capitalize. They have 15 minutes to complete the objective. We'll be right back.
It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy, there's a time that I'm never sure why I need you. Please have me down. When I was young, it's not my problem. It's not my problem.
You're back inside the game. This is it. One final stroll in the park for the Europeans. Or will we see whether the Americans have something left in the tank? 4, 3, 2, 1. It's all on the Americans now. If they hold on for 15 minutes, they'll get 1 point. It'll be a good job, old chap point. But we'll see whether they got anything. Pantherfaust launch forward from Saint, connects with nothing. Mystic with the Thompson. Support fire coming in from that Nexus side, trying to hold anyone off from going up that side route. Silver will connect with the Windfire. Whitefire coming in, Fusion as well. They're getting the frags, they're dropping 2. Saint picked off. Knight and Mystic, though, finally getting some frags back for the Europeans, clearing their way up towards the side entrance. Have the Americans got the command post built? They do. They have Aaliyah up there, rifle nade in, and he may just have to charge for 1 shot. It will be 2 European engineers coming up towards him. He'll miss his 1 chance, and now Aaliyah will just have to deal with it. Jack is going to get picked off. It's all on Knight. No thanks going to come through, backed up by his teammate. Knight's grenade did down Aaliyah, but too little too late as he got picked off. Ferris's last man standing, picking up Senji. Will go make his way up towards his command post. It is no thanks, and engineer Aaliyah lying in wait. Senji gonna make the push forward with Ferris. German and Swedish hand in hand, marching up this nice little grassy knoll towards this side entrance. No thanks and Aaliyah lying in wait. Canadian and American. There, rifle nade drop forward. Senji takes some damage. Jank is gonna come through as well. No thanks and Aaliyah both picked off. And the European side doing it teamwork style, just doing it as a unit. There were 4 players there involved in that. Dynamite down on the side entrance with 13 minutes and 36 seconds to go on the clock. Ferris is actually boosted all the way up to this top level. Americans now holding on to the flag. They've got to hold on to something. Match is paused by the Axis side. I think they're going to, they're going to regroup. That's what they have to do here. We have Stiegel. His mouse is dead, and he has to reboot, or he has to vid restart. We'll be right back here on ITG in just a moment.
So, like, I wanted to get a game server because my current one sucked, and I was like, I would sell my soul for a low ping. And then this voice came out of nowhere and was like,
I've got a low ping server for cheap.
And then I was like, yeah, and he was like,
Yes, give me your soul.
and I was all like, who are you? And he said,
GameDaemons.net. We've got low-ping, low-cost servers for the seriously elite gamers such as yourself.
so I asked him, I said, do you provide highly customizable, high-performance Unreal Tournament, Counter-Strike, and Doom 3 servers with an easy-to-use interface at low prices? And he said,
Yep.
and that's when the pink elephant on my shoulder exploded, and I got a Game Daemon server. GameDaemons.net has low-ping, high-performance gaming servers. They hooked me up. They'll hook you up too. GameDaemons.net.
You're back inside the game. We are back underway. Steagle's mouse has been revived, and that dynamite will blow at the side entrance. Let's give you another ETTV sync up. In we go. 13 minutes and 7, 6, 5. Towards that command post. Silver will get the drop and the give. Satchel charged through. It did not kill Stiegel. It did not kill Silver, amazingly, but the engineer was dropped and gibbed. Nicely done there. Silver doing his job. The United 5 player. And with 12 minutes and 53 to go, Silver will have to do that job again at QuakeCon. MP40 coming through. Mystic and Ferris charging through. As they hold on through, it will be Senji to try and get that. Saint just charging with the knife as the covert ops. No thanks, 1, 2. Stiegel dropping one with the grenade as well before no thanks self-killed. Axis Cyber claiming that 4 bunker. Command post not built. And with 12:32 on the clock now, the Europeans have an entry point, but they don't have it up yet. Saint in an Axis uniform will push on through. He will just skip down towards this main entrance. He is in, I can't see whose uniform he's in. I think it's No Thanks's. And as he comes through, he'll get the knife frag on Stiegel. Will he? Yes, he will! Saint gets it. Saint will be very happy that he's got his equalizer up, because he got knifed earlier, and now he got himself a knife frag. And the Europeans are just starting to add insult to injury as Sink comes through that main entrance. He's going to drop that satchel charge for Fusion to trip on as he comes through, and he should have just held off. Sink picked off by Whitefire's MP40. Nothing doing. And the Europeans now have to get the main entrance blown. I don't know if they've got that command post up yet. I can't see. Knight is going to lead the charge up towards that command post. Allied side have got it. They are spawning up now. They have the full bunker. And now it's a question of what can the Americans hold on to. Mystic and Aliyah holding and exchanging grenades here at the main entrance. It's Knight to push from that command post. Rifle nade in hand. He may plant from the inside. That will be an interesting one. With full HP, he's got the Garand out. Long range Garand shots coming through. Not going to happen at any range on any server. And with Stiegel's MP40, he gets 2 down. Fusion coming in as well. Whitefire with the MP40, just 2 bullets in hand as he'll switch to the Luger, trying to clear out the Europeans who are pushing down from the command post. Senji will get the revive on Saint if he can. Yes, he does. Fusion is holding on to those east radar pods. He'll strike across towards Jack's location. Support fire across. And towards the west radar pods will go Knight. He's still alive. Oh, Jack's blown him away. Not so good. As the Allied side pushed for those west radar pods, it was Jack that wanted the glory. He took down his engineer. They have picked up the east as well. They're with Senji. And with that main entrance not even blown, it means the Axis team cannot get their cannot get their players through the main entrance so easily. All Mystic and Knight have to do... Oh, they have blown that main entrance. I apologize. It was... Axis self-kill coming in now. West and east radar pods have both been picked up. West radar pods drop now as they go for the self-kill. They have secured the east right there, and we'll see where they can go at. Axis team reclaiming those west radar pods, and now it's a question of whether Whitefire can hold them off on his own, because he's the only one up at the west. He's prone down, medpacks in hand, backed up by Fusion and Silver, dropped down in the main road. Here come the Europeans, so 4 through the main. Silver MP40 powering down 1. Ferris gets downed as well. Jack finally getting the frag there, dropping 1, and Whitefire is out. They have... Who have they got at spawn? It was Ferris, but he is down, and the Europeans are now going to have an Axis respawn in towards those west radar pods. With 10 minutes exactly on the clock, the Europeans send 3 or 4 hopping down from the command post. It's 2 field ups, it's 3 medics as they go through. It's Jack to go across that bridge, taking some fire from the Axis team all the way over at the other side. Knight dropped by Stiegel. Saint coming forward, and there is Saint and Ferris connecting with the 1 frags. And Leah just trying to take some down, but not going to happen. He had to self-kill, and the Europeans have already pierced a hole through this American defense. No thanks. Right on the parts. He's going to get challenged down by Jack. Jack making the push. No thanks was prone down and didn't even see him come up. He grabbed the parts. He's under the bridge right now, moving those documents home. Caught in the crossfire, taking some damage, just blown away by the MP40. There is Mystic. Cut down as well, and now they will have to try and reclaim these parts. Allied side not going to get the parts back, or are they? Fusion will get them. He got stuck on the wall and finally reclaim those parts with 9 minutes and 14 to go. It's all hands to the pump as they have to hold on. The Americans have 9 minutes and 7 seconds to go. And I can't see them holding on this long. We've already had 3 west radar part grabs. All they have to east are already secured. Double axis fire for effect is in. Senji will skip through it. 1 is up at the east radar, the fake radar Knight and Mystic putting the fire down from spawn. Silver will connect with Knight, but Mystic just reviving him, doing the defensive medic job for once, which you rarely see him do. He's usually the aggressive one. Senji Thompson backed up by Jack. Knight comes in as well. 3 down for the North Americans. It's all on no thanks. El Capitan American are going to try down the German. Not going to happen. Axis side in danger here. Senji pushing those parts through. There's nothing to stop him. He's getting shot in the back. Senji puts it home. The Americans lose 6-0 to a European side that absolutely dominated. This is ITG.